Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland. Olin.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right, Todd, I love this place. The atmosphere is usually second to none if you get the right fights.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. The straight right just misses. They're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Punch, counter punch. When you're fighting a counter puncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Counter punch. He threw the hook, didn't land. Caught him. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nope, that hook won't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Jake Paul in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Work rate. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Catch and shoot. The perfect counter lands. Scores with the counter. No rest for the weary. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And Jake Paul goes down. I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that, and you're going down.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge. There's the bell for round 3. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
And he fails to score with that left hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Straight right just misses. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Lucky that hook didn't score. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, this is the... There's the bell to start round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Stamina is off the charts. All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the making. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Good counter punch. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considerate. Back into the fray here in round 5. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
They drop their guard, they get caught. Right hook misses. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Just missed with that hook. He threw a punch and just got countered. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Continue.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one. How did they survive that?
Defense is everything because they got...
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round.
Don't worry about that.
There's the bell for round 6. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. His stamina is off the charts. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Looking to land the hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Jake Paul in that last round. Here we go, it's round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Beautiful counter shot. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? It's willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get...
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there.